Yeah, I'm all done. I passed the exam. I passed the test. 48 out of 50 for the theory. And I got 66 out of 75 for the hazard perception test. Woo! Hi everyone, it's Jake here again and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing to you my preparation and my experience for the DVSA theory test for drivers. But before we go into that, if this is your first time here in my channel, do check out my other informative videos. And if at the end of this video you find this helpful, then don't forget to give it a like and do subscribe to my channel for more informative videos just like this. So without any further ado, let's begin. So just today, literally 3 hours ago, I've passed my theory test for car drivers. And I just wanted to share to you what my preparation was and my own experience in terms of going into the exam center and what the actual test felt and looked like. So in terms of preparation, I only have 2 books that I reviewed or revised in order to prepare for the test. So the first one is the Highway Code. So this one looks very thin, but it is so compact with knowledge. You must read even just this one because everything is here. Everything is based from here. So all the other review materials, they are all derivatives from the Highway Code. Like they create those questions and scenarios based on the facts written in the Highway Code. So the Highway Code is a must read. If you're gonna read one book only and nothing else, then this is the main book that you need to read. The Highway Code is basically the rules that you need to follow when you are on the road. It contains until here 307 rules of being in the road. So it contains things like the different kinds of crossings, different road traffic signs, ways to prepare for going on a long journey, what are the things that could go wrong in your car and how to deal with them, what to do if your car breaks down. Everything is in this book. So this is the main book to read. The next book that I read is this one, which is the official DVSA theory test for car drivers. Now this book contains different sections. So let me show you, these are the different sections. So let me read it out to you. So there's section on alertness, attitude, safety margins, hazard awareness, vulnerable road users, road conditions, motorway driving, rules of the road traffic signs, and etc. So this book is actually very good because it gives a summary of the important points per topic and then gives you practice questions. So let me just show you what it looks like. So see, you've got practice questions there and you've got the answers at the back. Okay, so as you go along, you can check if your answer is right. Now, as a full-time employee, I didn't really have much time. So what I did was, during my day off, for 2 straight days, I read these 2 books non-stop. And I finished all of this in 2 books. Now, this one, even though it looks very thick, majority of the things in this book are sample questions. So they take up a lot of space. Like in one page, there's like only 3 questions. So even if it looks thick and scary, it's actually not. And you can finish both of these 2 books in 2 days time. And that's what I did. So after I've read these 2 books, I went on to download an app and did a mock test of 50 questions. So the test itself has 2 parts. Part 1 is your multiple choice questions, which is 50 items, and you have 53 minutes to finish that. So you have roughly around 1 minute and 3 seconds for each question. And then section 2 is your hazard perception test, wherein you will be watching a video which shows you a driver's point of view as if you're the one driving, and then you have to determine which hazard that you will see in the video is potentially going to develop into a proper like danger or accident. So when I did the mock test, I got 50 out of 50 for the first one, and then the second one was 49 out of 50. So based on that, I just booked my theory test. I booked the soonest possible date, and that was today. And fortunately, I passed. So for part 2, which is the hazard perception test, so when I looked online for review materials, there was only one website that gave a full set of 14 videos, just like in the actual test. And it allows you to do the same thing as you do in the test, which is to click, and then there is a flag that pops up on the screen at the bottom to say that your click has been recognized. And the others just allow you to view 3 videos for free, and then you have to pay the rest. So I'm gonna put the link of that website that actually gives you a full set of 14 videos down below in the description, so you can do that practice, which is very good. So when I did that practice, I got 67 out of 75, and that was a passing score. How you do it is you really have to open your eyes properly. It's very important that you see the whole picture, the whole video, so that if there's anything very small that comes into your view, let's say a car that's speeding up about to cross your path, then you need to click the screen as soon as you see it, even if it's just a small dot from afar, because your score can either be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0. Now, there is only a certain amount of time that the clicks will count. So as soon as the hazard comes into view, do a click, and then you get 5 points. If you click it much later, when it's already very, very close to you, then as it goes closer to you, it will become 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you completely miss clicking it within that specific time, then you get 0. So the technique basically that I learned from having practiced and also read things online is, as soon as you see a potential hazard, even if it's not developing yet, you just click once. And as soon as you see it becoming or developing into a proper hazard, then you click it again. So for example, on the video, as it starts, you will see a person on the pavement walking towards you. So there's a potential hazard. You can click once, but if they don't jump out of the pavement or they don't run across in front of you, then they are not a developing hazard, so don't click it again. Then as you drive along through the video, then you see a dog suddenly crossing the street right in front of you. As soon as you see the dog, click it, and as soon as the dog jumps into the road, click again, and that will be your 5 points. And if you miss to click that, and it will take like literally less than 5 seconds, if the dog is already right in front of you, that could be a 1 or a 0. So you have to be very quick in clicking. So basically that's my preparation. 2 days of reading the highway code and the theory test for car drivers, published by the DVSA, and a few practice videos for the hazard perception test. And I just went for it, really. I will also put the link to the actual booking site for the test in the description below. Okay, now let's talk about my experience today at the test center. So because of where I live and where the test center is, I had to get the earlier bus, otherwise I would arrive there way after my booking time. So I actually arrived there an hour and 15 minutes before my booked testing time. So I went for a walk and came back exactly an hour before, which is 2 o'clock. So when I actually went inside the building, so there is a bell that you need to press and the receptionist lets you in. So when I entered, I went straight to reception. There was a bit of a queue, and basically what the reception will do is they will check your driver's license, make sure you have that, and they are quite strict at making sure that that is actually you. So this guy before me, when the receptionist got the driving license, she was like, you look completely different. So, and then the guy explained, oh no, I had a haircut, and this was taken 2 years ago when I had my visa renewed as well. So that's me with a longer hair. Now I have a short hair. Blah blah blah. And so this lady was still wasn't convinced, and then she called her other colleague who was inside the testing lab to come and check the person again if that is actually the right person. So make sure when you go there, you look like the person on your driver's license. So when it was my turn, I gave my driver's license. The lady checked the face of the license, asked me to tell her my name, and then when that is confirmed, she asked me to sign electronically on like an electronic signing pad. And then once that's all done, then she asked me to show her my phone and make sure it's turned off. So I tapped the screen, tapped the buttons, it's off, fine. And then she told me to lock everything, including my jacket. There should be nothing on your pocket except for the key of the locker and your driver's license. So everything else should be in the locker. So once that's all done, I go to another queue in front of the testing lab where you can only go in one by one. So when it was my turn, the man explained about the test and told me that I was going to be in cubicle 15. So he told me that once I get into the cubicle, I need to make sure that I check the screen and that I see my name on the top left corner to make sure that it is the right cubicle. Then he asked me to show if there's anything under my shirt, if I'm wearing any bracelet, any watch, any rings, and to empty my pockets. And he also checked under my socks if there's any, I don't know, cheat codes or anything like that there, which there wasn't. And once he's satisfied, and he told me, yeah, you can go proceed to your test, and when you're done, you can throw your antibacterial wipes, which they provided for me, in the bin, and then you just go back to reception in order to get your test results. So how was the test itself? So let me show you. This is my test result, and I'm hiding the details here, personal details, but this is, as you can see here, I got 48 out of 50, and I got 66 out of 75 for the hazard perception test. So for the multiple choice questions, 95% of them were taken from this book, like word for word, exact same choices, and of course the exact same answers. So you have to read and answer the questions in this book. So for those two questions that I got wrong, those are the questions that I haven't met before. And when I got home, I looked up one of them, and I found them not in a question form but in a statement form in the actual DVSA website for driving, which is safedrivingforlife.info, which is in this part of the book there. So for the hazard perception test, there was one out of all the 14 videos that I actually met during the practice test online. So all the other 13 videos were all new to me, but what I did, let me tell you, so the screens in the test center are quite big. So if you are very close to the screen, you are not able to clearly see the peripheries. So if there's any impending hazard coming towards you from the sides, like a cyclist or a fast moving car, then you won't be able to click it on time to get 5 points. So I moved back from the desk, and then I had my right hand ready on the mouse, and I peeled my eyes and I looked at the video intently. You can only view it once. You cannot go back in order to click it again. Okay? So it just continues one after the other, even if you don't do anything. And when I was done, it just said, this is the end of the test. Would you like to take a survey? Which I did, because I wasn't really in a hurry. and it basically just asked me how I prepared, how long, how many hours did I prepare, and what's my plan moving forward, and how many months am I going to take the actual practical driving test. So all those stuff. So when the test was done, I cleared my area, I threw my antibacterial wipes in the bin and went back to reception. And when I got to reception, the lady was already printing my test result. So the lady didn't tell me if I passed or failed, so she just gave me the sheet. And when I looked into this A4 sheet of paper, and then it says there, "Congratulations, you've passed your car theory test. Your certificate number is blah blah blah." And then at the bottom of the page, it will tell you how much you scored for the multiple choice and how much you scored for the hazard perception part. It also tells you in the multiple choice question which topic you had a wrong answer on. So for me, it was the rules of the road and the road and traffic sign. So those are my two mistakes. And also it tells you for the hazard perception on how many clips you scored, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. So I scored 5 points in 7 clips, 4 points on 5 clips, and 3 points in 1 clip. So that gave me a total of 66 out of 75. And that's it. I got my things back from the locker and I went home. So all in all, the experience was very good. And the exam, to be honest, is not super hard. It's actually easy if you've read the material. But if you've never driven before and you don't know anything about road signs, then it's gonna be difficult. For me, it wasn't very hard because I already cycle on the main road, so I know some, if not all, of the road signs and how to keep myself safe on the road. So I think that made it easier for me. And that's my whole experience for my DVSA theory test, guys. So if you've got any more questions, things that I haven't said, and you want to ask, please write them down in the comment section below. And if this video was helpful for you, then please give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you soon in my next informative video. I hope you have a good day. Bye!